Hey guys, Captain here. I'm experimenting around with some new filming equipment, hoping to have some upgraded quality coming soon, but I think I need to do a little more, maybe get a new tripod or something along those lines. Anyways, in the meantime, this will very possibly be the last video I film on this camera, so let's make it a special one. Today I've got three very powerful and well-known Pokemon. I've got Tyranitar, Salamence, and Metagross, known informally as the pseudo-legendaries because of their extreme power despite not technically being legendary Pokemon. It's been a while that I've been meaning to build some of these, and they are quite requested. I have built Dragonite in the past, and I've received several requests for Garchomp as well, but I thought that these three would be fun to build together. And without further ado, let's get at it. Let's begin with Tyranitar's body. Take two blue 1x2 plates, dark blue 1x2 plates, stack them on top of each other. On top of that, place two sand green 1x1 bricks with studs on two adjacent sides. See, not opposite sides, but adjacent sides. Below this, place a dark blue 2x2 bracket. Below that, a sand green 1x2 plate. And then two 1x1 Technic bricks, the holes out to the side. The coloring actually doesn't matter that much because it's going to be colored. I don't think these exist in sand green, so I went with navy blue. And then below that, one more 1x2 plate in sand green. Set that down for a moment. Let's build the legs. These will be identical and symmetrical. So let's begin with of course, Travis brick. Shows up in every Pokemon build I seem to do, doesn't it? On top of that, place a sand green 1x1 plate and a sand green cheese slope like this. On the bottom, place another sand green 1x1 plate and a round plate. Then on the front and the back, some sand green 1x2 tiles, and on the side, a grill. And below that, on the bottom, a tooth plate for the feet in white. These will attach themselves into the hole of the Technic brick, like so. You might even choose to slightly angle them back for posing Tyranitar. Rather, angle the body forward. We'll set that up already. Okay, now for the arms, very simple. A 1x2 sand green curved slope, and then a 1x1 plate with a vertical claw, also in sand green. Build that twice. We'll stick that on at the end. For the top, place a 1x2 sand green jumper plate, a sand green cylinder, and this is actually from a Statue of Liberty minifig. It's the back of the head, but I'm going to be using the front because I felt that the spikes kind of created Tyranitar's head fairly nicely. There are other ways you could try and design the head, but I thought that this was a clever part usage. So place that all the way on top. Now real quick for the back side, start with a sand green 2x4 plate, stack a sand green 2x3 plate overhanging one stud here in the end. Then on the bottom end of that, of the 2x3, place a 2x2 cone, a stud, 2x2 round plate, and then a 1x1 cone. Top of that for the bulk of the tail, and then some of these spikes with more sand green cones, 1x1 cones, and then finally two sand green cheese slopes sticking off to the sides like this. That'll attach to the back of Tyranitar like so, basically just covering the navy blue from the Technic bricks. Now let's attach our arms. And there we have it, Tyranitar, most fearsome beast in Generation 2. Part of the reason for the posability is the tail is a bit heavy, but you can kind of get around that by trying to shift the center of gravity with the legs and the arms. Salamence is a little bit of a complex build. It took me a while to figure out what's a good way to make it, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, all things considered. Let's start with the base. For the underside, we're going to be using these white 1x4 curved slopes. So what we'll do is we'll take 3 of these and place them with a medium blue 2x3 plate, holding them together like this, and this will remain upside down. And now we can take a 1x1 brick and white with studs on 2 opposite sides and place it in 2 of these corners, like so that the top stud faces outwards off to the sides. We're going to have Salamence's tail going this way, the head going this way. Set that aside for a moment. Now you're going to take a 1x2 medium blue tile, stack it on top of 2 medium blue plates, and place that on top of a 1x1 white plate, sorry, 1x2 white plate, but on top of that, place another one of these modified 1x1 bricks. And we'll place this here, so it basically gives the illusion of a smooth medium blue side here. And this is only a half plate gap, so it's pretty small, and kind of gives the illusion of a smooth surface here too. We'll do a similar thing for the tail. We can start with a red 1x2 plate with this segmented bar at the end that we can attach a claw to. First, let's place a modified 1x1 white brick here on this one stud, and then again 2 medium blue 1x2 plates and a tile hanging over like this. And for the actual tail itself, what we'll do is we'll take a 1x1 red claw plate, attach it to the segmented bar, place a medium blue 1x3 plate, a hinged red, I don't know if this counts as a 1x4 or a 2x2, but this kind of hinged swiveling plate in red, and then on top of that a medium blue 1x4 plate. This will be our tail, and we can comfortably place this down here as well. On top of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of these briefcase pieces in medium blue, place a 2x3 medium blue plate on top of that. Ideally you have a medium blue jumper plate. Unfortunately I only have 1 and this build requires 2, so I'm improvising with a white one here. Stick that on there, and then in this corner on one of these 1x1 modified bricks, place a medium blue 1x1 tile, and then stick the jumper plate over the other stud. So that's going to be the top of the body. For the head, what we'll do in front, we'll make a similar construction. We'll take a jumper plate in medium blue and a tile, place another briefcase piece on top so it's well centered. Put that aside, and what we'll do is we'll take a Travis brick, always seems to show up, attach a red claw tile on the top stud of that. Also on the top, a red 1x3 plate. On the bottom, white 1x3 plate. Then take a medium blue 1x3 plate and place a bright pink 1x1. Did I say 1x3? No, 1x1 plate below that. Stick that into the bottom stud of the Travis brick. It's going to be Salamence's mouth. And then there's a little black that's visible this way, but I don't think medium blue Travis bricks exist, so we'll deal with it for now. Place these 1x2 medium blue plates centered on the side studs of the Travis brick, and then attach cheese slopes to kind of create the spikes from the sides of Salamence's head. And this will just attach on to our briefcase like so. The wings, I wish I could have made them just a little flatter and smoother, but I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. You'll make this twice. What you'll do is you'll start with a red 2x4 plate, place a 2x2 plate in the center, a 1x2 plate with claws, vertical claws hanging off the side in red. You could also just use 2 of these, but a 1x2 is more stable than 2 1x1s slightly. And then this half basically a semicircle of a 6-stud diameter semicircle in red. Place that, it'll attach just on this way. And I think the wings look a little better if you flip them upside down, but it's kind of personal preference. So I flip them upside down, and then I attach them to these briefcases and angle them upwards. And finally, we need to build the legs. Very simple, do this 4 times. Start with a medium blue headlight piece, turn it over like this. On the front stud, place a cheese slope. In the back hole, place a 1x1 brick. And then on the bottom, tilt a 1x1 plate in white, 45 degrees. And then just attach that on the sides of all the modified 1x1 white bricks from the body. Oop. Like I said, this is a slightly less stable build than I would love, but it's quite good and reasonably posable. And there we have Salamence. Many years ago, a Lego builder by the alias Stormbringer built a lot of really nice Pokemon, which served as some of my original inspirations. One of his builds was a Metagross, but I tried actually to avoid looking at his for too much reference, and I'm pretty happy that I've managed to use a lot of more modern pieces, so I think I have quite a different design than what he originally came up with. I decided to go with dark blue rather than regular blue because of certain piece coloration constraints. Dark blue is probably a little more realistic to Metagross's actual color, but regular blue might pop a little better. Anyways, let's start with a 4x4 plate in dark blue, and on the bottom place a 2x2 round plate in any color. This is going to be filler. I happen to have these in teal lying around. I don't love using kind of rare colors as filler, but since I acquired a bunch from the Pick-a-Brick wall, you know, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Around this, place a 4 diameter round plate with a hole in the center in dark blue. I would have loved to just use a round 4x4 plate, but that doesn't exist, which is why I had to get some filler 2x2 plates. And then, and they don't exist in navy blue. So on the bottom, place a 2x2 square plate in navy blue or dark blue. Okay, now that we're on top again, flip it over and place these modified 1x1 dark blue bricks with a stud on one side, basically on all the outside, all the perimeter pieces except the corners. Right, so we have 2 facing out this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Center those maybe just a little better. Okay, and now on the corners, place navy blue 1x1 round plates. On top of those, a bit of a newer piece. Oh, and if you want, you could place a brick or a round brick or whatever in here in the center for some stability, but I leave it hollow. These 1x1 rounded plates with a segmented bar off the end, these are very useful. They don't exist in a whole lot of colors, and they're still a little hard to get one's hands on, but they are showing up in a lot more sets. Very useful for any kind of micro build like this, and I'm sure if I went through all the Pokemon I've ever designed, I bet a couple could benefit from using this piece rather than some combination of claws or whatever. Could probably also be used to replace some of the illegal holding techniques that I've used that probably place an awful lot of strain on my claw plates and aren't really posable whatsoever. Anyways, with that aside, now you've got those sticking out there at all sorts of angles, or at 45-degree angles on all the corners. Place dark blue 1x1 plates on 2 of them, and then red round plates on 2 of them. And this is another one of those pieces where these didn't exist in blue, so I went with dark blue. The red plates here, these are going to be Metagross's eyes. So between the eyes, place a jumper plate, and then let's top this off with another 4x4 plate in dark blue. Another one of these rounded plates and a filler piece in the center. And then on top, more pieces that are pretty new. Top it off with some rounded tiles, and I don't think a 2x2 round tile existed in dark blue either, so I went with 4 of these corner tiles. Now we've tiled up the top, and then on the sides that don't have jumper plates, place 2x2 sloped bricks like this. There we go. For the front, for the big cross, you don't have to use one of these, well, I'll just call it a D-pad piece. You don't have to use one of these D-pad pieces. You could mess around some corners and make something a little less smooth. You'd probably have to have, I think, one stud on the top, and you could have tiles off the sides. But if you can get your hands on one of these, start with it, and then off each spoke, place a curved 1x2 slope in light bluish gray, and in the center a 1x1 tile. And this will be the X that's on the front of Metagross's body. Now for the legs, we'll build this 4 times, so I'll only show it once. Start with a headlight brick and a Travis brick. Headlights in dark blue I think exist but are hard to come by, so I just went with black since this isn't very visible anyway. Place the Travis brick, the bottom stud of the Travis brick, onto the side stud of the headlight piece. And then on the front, place a 1x4 dark blue tile, and on the sides, 1x3 plates. On the top here, a 1x1 dark blue brick, then one of these 1x2 claw plates. I don't think these exist in dark blue either, so I went with black. It kind of blends in well enough. Another 1x1 brick, and a cheese slope. The legs are the only part that I'm maybe a little unhappy with, slightly unstable sometimes. This can fall over pretty easily. But after experimenting around with a couple designs, this is the one I was happiest with that was actually attainable in decent color scheming. And on the bottom, you could do something else for the actual kind of claws that it has, its metal claws. But I thought this was really fun. Take a 2x2 round jumper tile in dark blue, place that at the bottom of that headlight brick in the back stud of it, and then this is a 2x2 round plate, but that has a little axle. You could place the small type of Lego wheel axles in here, such as the kind that's used in like skateboards. And I thought it kind of does a nice job of acting as Metagross's tiles. Another piece usage that I just thought was pretty clever, so I went with it. We've got 4 of those. Of course, attach them to these. Angle slightly for posing. And there, Metagross is complete. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I encourage you to please like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Check out my other ones. And I will see you guys next time.